is up, everybody, and welcome to Weekend Hangout session. Well, for him, it's Monday because he's on
Monday,
Australia.
yeah. But it's still Easter. It's Easter Monday, so technically it's still the weekend. So we did it.
Okay, yeah. Well, happy Easter, everybody. You know what I'm saying, in the States and down under, where I'm about to be in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. You're coming to Australia. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I got a mate. I got a friend that stays in Brisbane, so I'm gonna go visit him.
I got to tell you how to say Brisbane.
All right, Brisbane.
There you go. Everybody, they always get it, they always get it confused, and then the funniest is when people say Melbourne, but it's Australian English is kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all break all the words down like Orvo or Macas. I know. Yeah, I got to learn the dialect for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Just be prepared for Australians to correct you, but it might be good for like a conversation starter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna be now before I go to Brisbane, whatever. I'm going to Melbourne for like 8 hours. So I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, check the city out.
Yeah, that's awesome. What time do you get to? Do you know what time you get into Melbourne?
I think late at night, like around 10.
Oh, okay. You have a 8. That's the worst layover. So you have like a 10 o'clock at night layover.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to check out the town for a bit, then get back to the airport. Maybe, hopefully, find an open mic.
What day do you get in?
Oh, it's going to be the 30th.
What day of the week is that?
Like, let me think. Thursday, Wednesday, or something. Yeah, because I'm going to fly from Philippines.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome,
it's got to get out the States, man. It's getting ridiculously polarized out here.
Yeah, I've seen. It looks. I mean, from the outside, it's looked polarized for a long time, but when you're there, it's not. You don't feel it as much. But if you guys are starting to feel it as well, then yeah. But I mean, from the outside, it's just the news is showing it, and the news is polarized. You know.
Yeah, I lived in Hollywood for 8 years. It was like anti-Trump. I mean, yeah, it was like anti-Trump protests every single week for like 4 years. From like 2017 to 2020, it was like protests every weekend or every other month.
Yeah.
And now it's back.
It didn't help. It didn't help.
He came back.
They should have done like the other guy rallies instead. No? It's all good. Maybe they protested Kamala and then she would have won.
No, if only like an 80-something-year-old president didn't decide to run for re-election, we wouldn't be in this mess. But unfortunately, we are in this mess, and I gotta get out of here for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good enough reason as any to travel.
Oh yeah, I mean, how long you been back in Australia?
I've been here for like 5 months, but I've been living in I was in Greece for a year. My family is Greek, so. Yeah. But I was born in Australia, and then my family moved back to Greece maybe like over the last seven years.
Oh, interesting, because I remember I met you in Hollywood at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, we're outside lining up for the open mic there.
Oh wow, so you've been out of the States for a minute.
I left. When did I leave? I left LA during COVID. I mean, things were kind of crazy with the lockdowns, and then I kind of lived in Texas for a while, but I didn't do it. I didn't go there because of Joe Rogan. I went there before that, and then Joe Rogan came, and I was like, man, now I look like a hack.
Yeah, I went there in 2020 myself, just to get out the lockdown. And then when I got back around May 2020, when the George Floyd death happened, I came right when there was the middle of riots. Everything was boarded up. The National Guard was there. It was wild.
I remember so you left LA during the George Floyd riots?
Before.
Right before,
yeah.
Oh, wow. I was in LA during that, and I was watching the riot. I was in West Hollywood, and I was watching the protests on the on Facebook Live. And then when I turned off my phone, I could still hear the protests, and they were like outside my house. And so I was like, I should go join them. And then I went, I'm like really lazy. Like I'm for the protests, but I'm like, they had to walk past my house for me to go out and join them.
I joined a few of them myself. Like I saw the graffiti one time, and it showed like they were spraying like cops don't come and all that.
Oh yeah.
There was that one night where there was chasing someone with a white Prius. Like they chased the person down, and then the police arrested the guy in the Prius for speeding. It was crazy. Those were some crazy years.
I saw some crazy shit on that time when I joined the protest. I went down to because I was living near what was it called? Fountain? No, not Fountain.
Fountain. What's the other street?
What's the street that goes down to Cantors?
Cantors. Oh, let me think. Street Cantors.
Let me look it up on Google.
Oh, Maps. Fairfax. You're talking Fairfax.
Yeah, Fairfax. There you go. So I was living.
Melrose area. I know it's Fairfax, Melrose area. Oh, snap.
Yeah. So I was living up near the Whole Foods at Santa Monica near Fairfax, and I went down. It was only like a few big blocks down. In LA, for you guys who don't know, there's little blocks and big blocks. and I went down to there, and it was crazy. That was the day that they broke all the shops, the stores, and the riot cops were there. And you see like all these cops just standing there, and people are setting fire to stuff. And some of the people were like, I was filming because I thought it was interesting. And then people in masks surrounded me, and they're like, stop filming, bro. Why are you filming? Wow. And it was like, you know, whose side are you on? You're going to get us arrested. But they were wearing masks anyway. But it's like,
they weren't masks.
They were like, I was just trying to document, you know, what's going on. I wasn't trying to like out anyone. And they were like lighting fires and smashing into some stores. And then the cops like at one point the cops just like there was like do you know where the Grove is? Just down there.
Yeah.
Just past Cantors is where the cops were all kind of lined up. And at one point they just started charging at us, and it's crazy. Yeah. They started charging at us, and everyone just starts running. And it's almost like this almost primal, like I never felt that before. A primal like fear of being stampeded kicks in, and you just start running. It's like, it's wild. It like just seeing all these cops just start running at you is like, yeah. And then the chaos and everything. And then that's when everybody left, but there was still some drama. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't miss much. I mean, because LA pretty much is dead. It's pretty much dead now.
Yeah.
Especially after 2020, then the fires that happened, and
the
industry is about to leave Hollywood, and like I've been to Hollywood like a couple of months ago, and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of comedy spots, a lot of stores, like all just closed.
Yeah, that all closed down. That's why, you know, I think that's why everybody left for Texas, because like LA was locked down, everything was locked down. It was weird because like I ended up leaving LA and driving around America in COVID. And it was like, because I got these big ears, I would wear a mask and I would have a strap around the back.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was leaving LA, it was like pretty serious stuff. And then the more middle America you went, like as soon as you leave LA, even Vegas wasn't that, like as soon as you leave California, it started to like loosen up. And then I would start like wearing my mask when I go into places. And then if I walk into a gas station and no one's wearing masks, I'll just pull it down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's a reason why California wore more masks than other states. It's because we have a larger Asian population. You got a way larger Asian population somewhere like Mississippi or Montana or even Nevada.
Yeah, it was crazy. But then after driving across America, I got to Philadelphia, and you got to understand, I've been like months of like not needing a mask. And then everywhere I go, and then I go into like some coffee shop in Philadelphia, and we're talking like maybe 5 or 6 yards from the entrance. I walk in, and there's a girl behind a counter, full mask, goggles, with like a perspex thing in front of her. And I walk in like 5 yards away from the counter, and she's like, "Sir, put on your mask right now." And it was like, oh, because I had it like on my chin, and it was like, you know those movies where people are in a bunker and they don't know if the world outside is poisonous, and they're like in a survival. That's how it felt like when you went onto the coasts. Like I was like, oh, these guys don't know. I've been in the wastelands for like months. And
like how does the United States feel to you driving around the country? It's like a whole lot of separate nations into one. Huh?
It's really interesting. I love driving around America. First of all, when I'm driving, I get to see like things. It gets the creative juices flowing. So I'd be like pulling over a lot to write down ideas. They're not always good, but I'd be doing that a lot. It is like you're saying. It's like all these mini nations that have they all speak English, but they have their own like little quirks and interesting things. Mm-hmm. Like I'd always like drive into a town or a city that I've never been to, and I'd be like, I'd Google like must eat in this town, must see, and best burgers. I've eaten so much stuff all over.
Yeah, Mike, let me ask, like, Australia is more homogenous, something like Perth to Brisbane to like Sydney to Melbourne. It's all pretty much the same, ain't it?
It can be. If you go to like some places like the Northern Territory, it can be different. But I think there are still differences, like, but it's not as much as America. But also, you can't just drive around Australia because it's so big and it's not as populated. So if you, America's like the same size as Australia, but it's got 50 states and it's got like roughly 330 million people. Australia is geographically the same size, and it's got like I think it's got 5 states and 2 territories, so 7. And one of them's not even a real territory. It's like the capital, which is just like this small little thing. And then it's got, and we've only got like, maybe it's more now, but it was like 30 million. It's like 10% of the people.
Oh, a lot smaller.
Yeah, and so you can drive around, but in America, you can drive around.
You can hit a town within any like half hour, like especially go east of the Rocky Mountains. Yeah.
Exactly. You can just drive. Some places is a bit scarce, but typically you don't even need any reservations. You can just drive to any town. It'll have all the things. There'll be like motels everywhere, and you can just drive. And then when you get tired, you can look for a town and just get a cheap motel, But in Australia, it's like we do have some towns, but it's just not as dense as America. That's partly why I left Australia, because I felt like the comedy scene here was like really small and there wasn't as many opportunities. And at the time, I had an issue with one of the major clubs stopped booking me. And at that time, there was only one full-time comedy club in Sydney. There was 2, but one was shutting down, And then compare that to where I wanted to be was New York. There was like 20 full-time comedy clubs at that time in Manhattan, just Manhattan. And that's not even all the bar shows.
Yeah, I know about the New York scene. You can get, you can go to Mike every minute of the day there.
Yeah, in to put it into perspective, when I was living in Australia doing comedy, I could, if I hustled really hard, I could do 4 or 5 open mics a week. In New York, I could do 4 or 5 open mics if I woke up before 2 p.m. every day. The quality is different because the open mics that we have in Sydney were at that time booked and had audiences. So you could go do an open mic and it would be like semi-curated. So there would be legit comics on it. There would be a headliner, legit headliner, Australian legit, not like international superstars. there would be like a host, and they would like weave in newer acts and more seasoned acts, and you'd be doing an open mic with like 70 audience members, you know.
Wow.
And so it would be like a legit show, and so you would get better. That was one thing. So some of the open mics in America, especially in the big scenes like LA and New York, it's only comics, and then you end up getting like false negatives on jokes, like they don't laugh at some stuff that audiences will laugh at, and you also get false positives at stuff, like they'll laugh at really twisted
I
shit.
know exactly what you're talking about. We're in a room full of comics, you know what I'm saying? Like some material might not hit because you're in a room of comics.
Yeah. And then people go and like talk about like some scene gossip, and then also people will be like, if you're a book or anything, all the people will just laugh at your shit. And everyone will come in and try to like suck up to you. Like that's the LA scene. And then you could be saying the hackiest jokes, but
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I've been to Toronto. That's a fun scene.
I wanted to go. I want to check that scene out at some point. Yeah. So you've been traveling, man. I want to hear about your travels. I mean, you probably
I've been around. Like this year alone, I've been to 5 Asian countries: Japan, South Korea, Thailand.
John, we've gone on your trip.
Who was that? Let's do insight into John's family.
Dog might come in. Yeah, they're in. Can you tell the dog if you believe?
What did your cousin do?
Interaction, folks. told you something going in.
I saw your LA hat, and you just reminded me of a story. One of the first times I went to New York, LA, I just come from New York, and I was staying at a hostel in Hollywood, and I was wearing like, do you know the classic New York Ringer T-shirt that John Lennon had that said like New York City? Yeah, I was wearing one of those, and some cholo dude came up to me in the parking lot, and he was like, looked at my shirt, and he's like, "How you wearing that shirt here, bro? Don't you know where you are?" And I looked down at my shirt, and I was like, "Sorry, man, the GPS on my T-shirt is broken."
Oh my goodness! You better watch. No, they represent. I mean, most of the time we were in Iraqi Freedom hat on my live stream, but I'm wondering like if I'm going to get shit in Australia wearing that hat.
People wear them.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably get the piss taken out of me rocking this hat, huh?
That hat, you'll get in trouble. No, you won't get in trouble, but people will be like, Iraqi Freedom, how did that go? What, you guys were freeing them from being alive?
I was there 3 years after Bush said mission complete.
Oh, okay. So you were like, what were you doing there? Do you want to talk about it?
Pretty much our whole job was to train the Iraqi military forces.
All right.
But my job was mostly, I was a supply person, so most of the time I was handing out toilet paper, stirring shit, and hopping on helicopters and dropping supplies off, or going on convoys, dropping supplies off. It wasn't that exciting.
Were you there after they took all that gold, or are you like you're just keeping a low profile and you've just got all these stacks of gold bars in your bedroom?
I don't know. I mean, Dick Cheney made billions of dollars out of Iraq, but you didn't get much of
it. You got a hat though. You got a cool hat out of it.
You know, I got a cool hat and pretty much a cool paycheck for the rest of my life.
Where's your hat? Is your hat made in America at least? Was it made in China?
Let me see. I think it's made in Vietnam.
That's interesting.
No, it's made in Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. That's fine.
Man, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get anything made in Bangladesh. There's a goofy ass trade war going on right now.
Oh yeah, how crazy is that?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I've been paying attention. Like the U.S. dollar has been dropping. It's been. Let me show you something. U.S. dollar. Yeah, let me share it to you now. The U.S. dollar and Australian dollar.
Well, the Australian dollar itself is also it's tied to the US dollar. So when the US dollar goes down, the AUD goes down.
Oh, damn. I mean, yeah, but look at that compared to Japanese yen. Like, oh my God, Japan was such, everything was so affordable out there. It was such a bargain. Yeah,
They had
especially.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, especially buying food. Like most food was like around like 5 to 10 US dollars.
Yeah,
like,
the fast food and eating out in Japan. I mean, you can find really expensive things too, but it's typically pretty affordable. I feel like the Japanese take care of their society a lot, and they do have really high taxes. But I think, yeah, you kind of feel when you're there like they care about Japan and they care kind of about society.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and they make sure their streets are clean. It's probably the cleanest place I've been, cleanest country I've been in my life.
Yeah. Except when if you go to Osaka, then that's a little bit. But Osaka's they're like the less serious Japanese people. That's why all the comics come from Osaka.
I only been to Tokyo and Okinawa.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to Okinawa yet. I want to go. I might go. I'm going to Japan again in May actually.
Oh, okay. That's like a 5-hour flight from Sydney.
From Sydney, it's about I think maybe 10, but it's still pretty good. What's interesting is because people don't realize this, but the way that time
it's pretty much the same, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Time zones work kind of vertically on the longitudes, and so it's only like 2 hours difference. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
ain't much of a jet lag.
So what's really cool about that is like you can fly to Japan. Like say you get an early morning flight, you can get there. You can land in Japan and just have dinner, and it's like same kind of. You're not jet lagged at all, and you're just good to go, and you don't have to adjust, which I think is really awesome. You know, plus it's like 8 or 10 hours, and it's like that's like a work day. You can just sit on a plane, and it's like you went to the office for 8 hours, and now you're in Japan.
I mean, coming from the west coast of the U.S., that jet lag is bad, especially.
How long was? Oh yeah, for sure.
16 hours, and the thing is, you're going like what, basically a day ahead.
Yeah. And it's like night and day. Yeah, exactly. And it's like jet lag is rough.
I'll show you some stuff from my trip in Japan.
Hell yeah, show me.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So I keep drinking my protein shake because I just finished at the gym. Oh. If your fans want to know,
yeah, let them know. Tell
them. Tully's, yeah. Our toilets are fucking amazing there. Oh, that's one of my jokes. I mean, everyone talks about it, but I go, I love going back to Japan. I miss having a clean butthole.
That's the first thing I'm about to do as soon as I get there. I'm finna hit that toilet.
Just sit in there and just be happy. It's crazy because even like in so many public toilets, they have it, and it's just so nice.
Oh yeah, my Airbnb had it in Okinawa. Oh, yeah, it felt good.
Dude, I went to a meditation retreat in the middle of nowhere that was like very, you basically be like a monk for 10 days and everything was like super basic. And then you go to the toilet and it has like an electric toilet seat.
Nice. I mean, anywhere, I don't know, like all the hotels I've been to in Asia had like bidets. Or like in Southeast Asia, they had like a faucet where you like spray your asses.
Oh yeah.
Does Australia have that? Like,
no, Australia just got regular toilets, and yeah, they're pretty. Sometimes they can be not that good. Yeah, I wish we had those bidet toilets everywhere. Washlets, they're called. Yeah.
Washlets. Yeah, I remember in my room in Canada, they had a bidet, but it was like a Vietnamese couple.
Did you do any onsen when you were there, like the Japanese spa where you, like hot water thing?
No, because it rained. I didn't really get to go to the places where I wanted to go, like castles. So pretty much I went to the malls and played arcades.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's the cool thing about Japan. They still got like a arcade culture.
Yeah, that's true. But there's also so much to do. Like I've had people tell me, what were they saying? Like, Mikey, because I traveled a bit there to Japan. They're like, can you please make a video of like off the beaten track things of Japan and tips? Where would you go? And I'm like, there's just so many things. You won't have time to do the beaten track. You know, like
In
Tokyo is the biggest city in the world, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something. I come from a city. I mean, where I live right now, there's more Japanese than black people, so I didn't feel that much of a culture shock. Like I live like in Torrance, PV.
What? Oh, Florence PV.
Yeah, like Torrance area, pretty much like the most
Oh
Japanese.
yeah. Torrance in California.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of Japanese people.
Yeah, like one of the most Japanese spots in the U.S. In Okinawa, it didn't feel that much of a culture shock because they had like they had similar restaurants like Gyokaku. Let me think, Gyokaku, Yoshinoya, and Curry Spot, Ishibanya. You been there?
Yeah. I've been to Yokinosh. Was the Yoshinoya?
Yeah, the Japanese Yoshinoya is bust.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been to a couple. I think I've been to curry spot.
Yeah, it's called Coco Ishibanya.
Yeah, I think I've been there. I ate to. Did you eat at the 7-Elevens and the Family Marts?
Oh yeah, I've been there. Family Marts, and Lawson's. My favorite was Lawson's.
I am. I like the Family Mart. I like the egg sandos, but they're just. I gained so much weight last time I was in Japan just because I was eating all the convenience stuff. Yeah. Even though you walk everywhere, but I was like just eating so much junk, and that's why I left. I felt
I gotta tell you, I love them onigiris from Family Mart. They got some nice onigiris.
Yeah, they do. I like those, and I bought underwear from Family Mart. I have a Family Mart underwear, and it's legit. It's good. It says it's like it says convenience wear on it, and it's got the Family Mart colors, and they're my favorite underwear now. So I don't wear them. But
how many times have you been to Japan?
I've been there like 3 times, but I went there maybe 2.5 years ago, and when I went there, like I was never like one of those people that I don't watch anime. And I thought Japanese culture was interesting, but there's some people that watch a lot of anime and they wear like Japanese robes and they like dream of going to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never like that. I liked sushi. I like food, but I when I went there, I fell in love with like how peaceful and organized and how polite the people were, and how it just felt so like just nice being there. And because they don't speak a lot of English. Typically, I started learning Japanese, but turns out they do speak English, but they're just shy. And once you start speaking bad Japanese to them, then they start speaking English.
Yeah, that happened to me a few times.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you learn a few things from Japanese people because how polite, how clean, how friendly they
are. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, let me ask. Have you been to Thailand?
Taiwan?
Thailand.
No, I haven't. I'm going to go this year.
Yeah, Thailand is fun. Oh yeah, I'm sure you share a few clips from Thailand. Thailand was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, like someone named Ambi is here. Who's this?
Abby. Yeah, she's my friend. She wanted to join the chat, but I sent her the wrong link, and so she might be. Okay. What's the link for people to watch?
Let me get the link. I'm gonna get you the link right now.
Yeah, 1 sec. Do you want to talk to Abby? She's in the Philippines.
Let me add her on. I gotta add her on again. Abby, log on again.
Try again. I'll tell her now.
All right, let me get the link.
I told her to try again.
See that, Michael? But yeah, I recommend doing comedy in Thailand. I mean, it's fun. I mean, Bangkok has a nice comedy scene.
I'm going to go to Thailand in July, but I think I'm going to Phuket. But I'll try to spend some time in Bangkok. What area else did you try to do comedy? I did in Japan, but you weren't there long enough.
I did comedy in a second. Overseas wise, Toronto, Bangkok, and I tried in Manila, but it wasn't there.
Yeah, I did comedy. One of my favorite scenes that I've done comedy in, that's outside of like I liked America, but the Tokyo comedy scene. It's one club. It's called Tokyo Comedy Bar. And those dudes there are so awesome. They have like such a like nice vibe, and they're really welcoming, and they really care about comedy, and they do like a lot to try to nurture the comedy community in Tokyo there. You know, and I love they do roast. They have like currently the current roast battle champion Jay Yamaki is from there, that scene. And I've hung out with all those dudes over there, and they're all just super funny, super cool guys, and some girls. And it's really good scene. They really like care, and it's an interesting scene too, because when you perform there, like usually in Western countries, people that go to comedy speak English, you know, and but in Tokyo, anybody will go. Like you have Japanese people show up that don't speak much English, and it's an English speaking comedy club. They do some Japanese as well. And then there's one night we had like 10 hot chicks from Russia were just there. They didn't speak much English, and they just came to the comedy club. You know?
There are a lot of Russians in Japan. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's on my trip. That was on my layover to Korea before I flew to Thailand.
I did a layover in Korea too. I stayed there for a couple of days, but it was I really liked Korea as well.
Yes, I mean it was cool when I was there. It was.
Dude, great. I love bibimbap. That's my favorite as well.
Yeah, it's bomb. Oh, this is when I landed in Thailand. It was a lot warmer. It was my gosh, way warmer.
I've heard. That's what I've heard.
But yeah, I mean, Southeast Asia is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like use an app called Grab, or you can like call for a motorcycle. And you just hop on that thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I love that, man. I mean, it's dangerous, but people, they're probably not going as fast unless you go like out onto highways, but because it's pretty crowded.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, especially coming from like a high income nation, everything is affordable. It's basically cheaper than Japan.
Yeah, I went to Taiwan, and that was like that too. I'm gonna go to the Philippines. Where did you go in the Philippines? I'm definitely.
I went to Manila.
All right, I'm gonna go, and because I've never been, I wanted to go to the Philippines. So I was in Japan over Christmas, and I wanted to go afterwards to Okinawa.
Yeah.
And I was going to try to get scuba certified because I like snorkeling. And it was actually not that expensive there.
Oh, like I'm going to let you know right now, Philippines is hot. It is super hot. It's like 30 degrees Celsius out there right now.
Yeah, I have friends and they're telling me, and it's pretty humid as well, right?
Mm-hmm, super humid. And I'm going to have to deal with that at the end of the week.
I was about to ask, when are you going?
I'm going to leave this Thursday.
Oh, awesome, man. And how long have you done? Are you going to do comedy there?
I'm going to see if it's available. I'm going to see.
All right. Let me know how it goes and what you find. But yeah, man, I'm going to go to the Philippines, but I'm probably going to go because I'm going to Japan in May, and then I have to go to Thailand in July. And so in between, I'm going to go possibly to the Philippines.
Yeah, you'll have fun. You'll have fun. There's a lot of Americans out there. Just want to let you know. that's a good rate.
There's a lot of Filipinos.
yeah,
There's a lot of Filipinos in America too.
What other future projects you got going on? We gotta wrap the stream up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what I can do. I want to maybe do some travel video stuff, but a lot of people do that, and I've got to think of a way that I can do that that's more interesting and not, not the same that everyone's doing. I had one idea because like I can work from wherever I am, and so I thought maybe I would spend a month in a place, and I'd make a video series called like My Month in, and then I'd go and ask people like there'll be like episodes for each, maybe 4 or 5 in a place, and I could ask people to recommend stuff and see what people say to do, and something like, you know what I mean? Like be a bit more interactive.
That's the first idea. Like keep it, you know what I'm saying? Write that down, you know what I'm saying? Keep it in mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm thinking about. But other than that, at the moment, I'm just like focusing on exercising and eating right, and that kind of stuff.
I'm on the same wavelength as you, bro. Well, thanks for joining the live stream, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me, man. It was great chatting with you, and I'm interested to hear more about your travels when you're done.
Yeah, you'll see it on Instagram, my bro. All right, peace out, my mate.
For sure. Peace.